Hi everyone, this is Gator Gidge, and we are continuing the Swedish death cleaning. We're going to tackle the pantry. Yep. So this is my second round of decluttering, and I have organized the space before. So let me show you what it looks like and see what it is we need to do. Okay, from top, so you can see there's not any lighting. I might be able to bring in one of my fairy lights. To bottom, needs a little help with reorganization. Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description of the first time I did this pantry. And I haven't addressed this area since. I try to manage it. And I do have some containers that were up there. I'll show you those. They're empty, but I set them aside. Okay, so in the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning, Margareta has a section that's titled More Organizing. I'm just going to read the first two sentences. It is always much easier to death clean a home when it is well organized. By organized, I mean that all things have a place of their own. Okay, that's on page 18. So she goes on to talk about that when your home is a complete mess, it's difficult to keep it clean. So if you have a place that's organized, it's a lot easier to go and reorganize a space than it is to try it for the first time. But hey, she encourages you, and I'm encouraging you to start where you're at. I didn't get here overnight, and if you can see my earlier videos, I had so much stuff. And yeah, I still have stuff, but I'm getting better, and it's one space at a time. Okay, so for reference, if we go and turn around, this is the little area that I redid not too long ago, the awkward spot, which I'm very happy with. This is working well. And if we turn around again, we see the kitchen, and going around this corner, we see the built-in cubby that used to be the pantry. And the refrigerator used to be here. So we reused these cabinets that were hanging over the center peninsula. And then my husband built these ones. Hi everyone, today is day 2 of reorganizing my pantry, checking the dates on food, and seeing if there's anything I need to discard. So I ran out of steam yesterday, so I just said before I created a huge mess, I would just wait until the next day. So let's get busy. So I'm going to work from top to bottom, and I have some fairy lights there just to help brighten it up, and I'll move those from shelf to shelf. So my idea here is definitely I need to dust, at least wipe it clean, and I'm going to do this shelf first and organize it before I go on to the next shelf. Death cleaning is not about dusting or mopping up. It is about a permanent form of organization that makes your everyday life run more smoothly. Margareta Magnusson, page 3. So basically I decided to do a deep cleaning since it's been maybe a couple of years since I've organized the original pantry, and I just try to maintain it, but we're doing a deep cleaning, so these little lights sure help. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and dry this and reset it real quick before we move on to the next shelf. The good news about the first shelf is it wasn't that cluttered. I have lots of space in there. I probably need to clean these real quick because I will be putting cereal in these. And these are our coffee beans, organic. So we just have them, and we order them 2 at a time. And then the oatmeal, cream cheese frosting, you know, storage bags, crackers. I think now everything here is good. Nothing has expired. Yeah, so let's get those back in there. We also like to keep our cereal and oatmeal, and we have another pantry in the laundry room, so I'm going to see if there's any extra cereal or oatmeal in there. But I notice we have cereal here that doesn't belong there, and then we have some oatmeal there that is tucked in this corner. Why we have 2 open, I'm not sure. That's because it's out of place. So let's get those done. Okay, so I'm going to pile up cereal and oatmeal here. Should really combine these 2. Yep, they're the same. These 2 here. Then I'm going to see if I have these. This is open, but if I have any more steel oats, because I do like overflow stock up there. So let's check the laundry room pantry. I have some oatmeal here, and slide this water out of the way. And I have another one there. Oh my gosh, I was looking for my popcorn. I didn't want to open this because I bought a new one, and then I have the jar back there, so I would like to make some popcorn. I'll just grab them right now. Alright, so I'm going to combine, this is 2027, so we need to combine these. Not sure why we have 2 open. And then this is backup, organic, and it's damaged. And what's it? July 2026. That's still good, but these are the cutouts. So we only have 1 open, and that's the backup. Lock it. Okay, now it's locked. You can't lift the lid off. So I'm gonna I'll probably cut the expiration date out and use some masking tape, painter's tape, so that we don't forget. And these, it's easy to remove, so that's why I like using that. So all this is relocate. This is going in the pantry in the laundry room. And then these are all baking goods. I'm going to put that in the snack area. And I'm collecting things for recycling over here. And then some of it's trash. All right, this next shelf, we have a lot of contents in here. But that isn't even supposed to be there. We're supposed to have a snack container, and I could see back there that there is an empty container. So I like the setup of this. Grab those, and these have been working nicely. I really like these containers, and I don't feel the need to change it because it's working. Yay, another shelf emptied. I'm going to wipe that down really quickly. Okay, so this one didn't have that many cans. This was the one that was empty. Okay. Of course, this is the relocate. This is all the new stuff. And then this was set in the back. And we haven't even addressed those for the refrigerator. Okay, so here we go. That's what we have from this shelf, which holds a lot. Just gonna quickly look, and reorganizing. These have been filled, so they're not even dusty, but I'm wiping them down anyway, just dusting them out. And then let's look at 27, 27, 27. I like to keep soups on hand, so if we both are sick, neither one of us wants to go to the store. Okay, so this soup, and then it was stacked higher, but I didn't want to drop them, so I can even go, you can even go 3 high. Go back in. So let's see. We'll just set that aside. And these will go stacked on top once I carry this to the pantry. So this next one, corn, canned corn, 28, and that's 28. So 28. All right, I did not find any more corn, but I think since I have mixed vegetables, I can put those with the corn. And then, but I did find my favorite soup, chicken and rice. And these are both 2027. So I'm going to put these here so they'll go on the top. All right, how about, I don't know if you can see me, so I'm leaning down, scrunching. So how about we do a popcorn break? Yay, I'm ready for a popcorn break. Very easy. My sister Elizabeth gave me this air popcorn, no oil. Looks lovely. Now you can just season it to taste with some sea salt. I'll leave the butter out in case Woody wants some. Whoops, I'm spilling over. Okay, let's move on to the next section. These are the miscellaneous items. This is chicken broth. I gotta look that up. I'm not sure on that. And the peanut butter, this is expired. So I'm gonna look for any kind of green beans in that might be in the wrong section. Let's go to the pantry. See, we're gonna look through these items to see if we have any green beans. Okay, most of these are my beans, so really that shelf should be the peas. Well, that's the only can of green beans. So I'm going to do the peas first. Okay, what I'd like to do is my black beans should be next to my green beans. And then behind that, or even sometimes on top, I'll have a few other types of beans. I do need to slide the corn over because I like all the beans together. And you know what I might have to do? Put the corn down here so that all my beans are together. Anyways, let me go ahead and just move some of the items from here to the counter. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. All right. Let's check. Oh, we got more peas that I missed. Let's check the dates on these beans. Now we can load the items that we've sorted. We've sorted the soups, and I need to check the dates on these. Okay, so let's do an update. You know, it isn't that bad when you have originally organized and now you're reorganizing. It goes quicker. I didn't have to shop for containers. So what I'm going to do off camera is check the dates on the black beans, pinto beans, refried beans, chili beans, and garbanzo beans. Any other beans I have. And then we'll do a check-in. So let's get busy with that. So I have refried beans, pinto beans, black beans. Yeah, all these are black beans. This would tell me that I have chili, kidney beans, and garbanzo beans. So let's go load those up in the pantry. So this is all the different types of beans we like. And then here's the corn and the soup. I'm gonna get the pasta ready. That'll go right in here. Okay, let's check out our pastas. They're pretty organized. This is the empty container, which I'm gonna place back there. Which one's bigger? This is slightly wider. I'll use this since I have a lot of pasta. Usually my mac and cheese goes in one. This I'm going to use for the tomato sauces and the tomato paste. We'll stick the elbow macaroni in here. And we have this one's open. Snacks. This should be all of my mac and cheese. Okay, I didn't want my tomato sauce to get lost way back there. We usually have jars of our favorite sauce, and we're out. So this is just like an emergency, and I decided to put the tomato soups in here, but we can still get back there and see what we have. I'm going to lift a corn up so we can see that we also have corn. All right, let's empty this real quick. Let's take this stuff out of here. Taking it out so I can wipe it. And we also have paper goods. Okay, that's heavy. I'm going to do the rest off camera. Okay, so I'm going to be sorting this is the rice, our favorite rice. And then we have brown rice, and then I have open rice and quinoa. Let's see what we're going to do now. Okay, now that my light is working, let's do one more scan before it goes out. Okay, so let's close the door to that pantry. Here's the other pantry. This has the extra lunch bags and gallon bags, sandwich bags, condiments. Here's some more condiments, my popcorn where I could see it. And then here I decided to place all of my fruit in this section, and that's empty. All right, let me show you one more thing. I decided to place the extra waters in there instead of having them on the floor in here. So these two containers I haven't used. Those are for the refrigerator. It's my water. We have this empty. All this is expired. This is a can that definitely is gone bad. It's swollen. Here's the trash or recycling. And yeah, all these are empty. These are empty. And then these nuts, I have to see if they're any good or not, so. But that's what it amounts to. I'm gonna get a bag to put these in. All right, everyone, it's time for some R&R. And I don't know where my energy came from today, but I persevered and it turned out great. So I'm very pleased. What are you working on today? Is there anything that you want to reorganize? Just remember, you can start where you're at and you don't have to accomplish everything in one day. I did this in one day, but I took lots of breaks, had lunch, had dinner, had some time outside to enjoy the rain that we're grateful for. So I appreciate your time. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Gator Gidge saying ciao ciao. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share and ring that bell. Cheers. We find it hard to believe, but it's raining. It's a miracle. Our poor grass is just pretty much dead this year. The heat has been so intense. 104, 105, 107. We're not used to this heat. No, we're not. We feel like we live in Arizona now instead of New Mexico. Grateful for the rain.